Hello, welcome to ZIM Capture. I'm inventor Dan Zen, and ZIM, zimjs.com, is an open source framework to create interactive media on the HTML canvas using JavaScript and Create.js. In this capture, we're going to take a look at sequencing, so how you can make things happen in order, doop, 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 like that. Now we already have a ZIM bit that shows sequencing, but let's do one live here in a ZIM capture. So we come into the code. We're going to need some objects to sequence. So we sequence an array of objects. Let's make some objects in a loop. Well, how about a ZIM loop? Zim.loop. And we'll look for 6 of these things. We'll call this function, collect the I and the total, and here's the body. Okay, so just to remind ourselves that we're getting an I there. You may not have seen this before. This is a ZIM loop. And we save this and look at it in a browser. And we will have 12, 0 to 5. Okay, so let's make some lights. Var light is equal to a new zim.circle. And we will give it a radius of, say, 20 and a color of white. We'll add them to the stage, so circle, light dot center on the stage. Missed. And let's move the registration points of them. Light dot reg x plus equals, how about 50? How about that? And then we'll rotate each one to light dot rotation is equal to I times 360 divided by the total, like so. And we'll refresh here. Boop, boop. Maybe not quite, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 306 divided by the total. Okay, that indeed is not quite. 360 divided by the total. Much better. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll sequence their alpha, so it'll look like a sort of a spinning circle kind of effect that we might put on a waiter or something like that. Sound good? All right, and not only that, but we want an array of these. So var lights, I guess we can call it, is equal to, we'll start off with an empty array, and then in here we'll just push lights dot push the light onto the end of the array. Great, now we've got an array, and we can animate that. So we just say lights dot animate, like so, and we'll give it the squigglies, expecting a fair number of parameters here. And what shall we do? The first is to sequence like so, and then we put something here. Let's go take a look at the documentation and see what types of things we can do with sequencing. So we go to ZIM and check out some pizzazz and go to the docs and type in anim. Animate. Okay, so down here we have sequence, sequence call, sequence params. So let's take a look down here at sequence. Sequence, default 0. The delay time in milliseconds to run an array of target animations. For example, target is A, B, C, and the sequence is 1000. It would run the animation on A, and then 1 second later would run the animation on B, etc. If the loop prop is true, then the sequence call below would activate for each loop. Okay. So one thing is, I think that has to be a display object. So we have to drop back to zim.animate, and the first thing in here is target lights. Maybe what I could do is, no, because then I'd have to add animate to an array, and we don't want to add the method animate to array. So target lights, that's our array. And the sequence, how about we wait 500 milliseconds? And then we also need to say what our object is for animating. So our animation object. And we can turn the alpha, how about to 0? Alpha colon to 0. We also specify how long that will take. Well, we can try a time of 1 second. Keep on forgetting these colons here. So there we are. Our animation object, we're going to turn the alpha to 0, and we are going to wait, or it's going to do that in 1 second. All right, so let's see what we got here. And we refresh here. Whoop. Near. Okay, so every half a second it goes to the next light, and then it takes 1 second to animate back down. And let's try that loop, and maybe that will be more familiar. Loop colon true, comma. So we save that up and refresh here. Okay, well that's not quite what I was expecting, because it immediately comes back to being on, and now it looks like just sparkly Christmas lights or something, which might be nice for sparkly Christmas lights. What if we loop comma true and rewind comma or colon true comma? See what that looks like. Still a little bit strange, and welcome to the world of sequences. So now we're in the, well, let's see, maybe we wait longer between them. Do we wait longer between them? Does that do it? And so sequencing is always, let's see what happens if we put it to the equal time. Sequencing is always a blend of how long something happens. Yeah, I think we want to wait. So we don't really want to do this one over here until we're all the way back around. So we want some waits in here. And the waits will also be delayed. So comma wait colon. Now waits happen in the beginning. There is also a loop wait, which happens at the end of the loop. And that might be what we want. Let's try it. Loop wait colon, and what do we wait? If we waited, there's 6 lights. If we waited 6,000, then that would probably just kind of do it once. And then do it again. Maybe 5,000 would have been it. But we don't want it necessarily to just be one light spinning around like that. I don't think. I think we want it kind of blended. So let's put the sequence back down to 500 where it was doing the blending, but we'll bring the wait. Now what did we learn from saying 6 seconds when we had 6 of them? I think we needed 5 seconds, but now we're going to divide that in 2. So let's try 2.5 seconds. That's 2.5 seconds. And we refresh here. Now we still have that delay kind of right there. It just sort of pauses. So maybe I didn't learn my lesson. Let's just see what happens if we drop this to 2,000. Almost. That one should just, maybe it's 1,500. Let's try that, 1,500, and see if this sort of goes around quick. It'd also be nicer to speed all of this thing up, but let's just see if we can get it so that it's roughly sequencing properly before we play around with the overall speed. There it goes. Hard to say. That gets to the end. That one, the next one's going halfway through, and this last one seems to be a little bit of a pause still. 1,000. So I'm not sure why. There, that's got it. Why it would be 1,000, but That looks nice, huh? Sort of nice. Maybe we don't have to make it go all the way to 0. What if we just go to 0.2 or something like that? Keep its thing, and let's speed this up by 2. So 250, and this would be 500, and this would be 500. And we refresh here. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Maybe even a bit faster. What do you guys think? Looks sort of pretty. I can't divide by 2 very easily anymore. What does this mean? These things are double that, so if we went to something like 100 and then doubled these to 200 and 200, it looks like the loop weight might relate somewhat to the time. And we refresh here. Yeah, we get kind of a fast little circle thing going. I wonder what would happen if we increase the number of circles, if that would look nice or not. I don't know. What if we went with 10 circles? And they're 20, we'd have to drop that to say 10. We could go to something like 30 on here maybe. Just see what happens. So there we've got two loops going around. I think we better go to 40 on that. Something's wrong now with the length of time that we're waiting and all that kind of stuff. So we've got kind of 2 rings going. But that might look nice also if we could get that down to 1 ring. What is it that we have to wait? We've got to wait longer. Do we have to take longer in time? Let's just wait 400 milliseconds. Almost 500 milliseconds. And refresh. Yeah, I mean, that's good enough. That's the idea. Now, if we wanted more lights going out rather than just 2, we could wait longer. So the time of the animation is here. If we bring that up to 500, then we would have more lights kind of fading in and out. Yeah, so it'd have like a longer ring of fade. I'm not sure we got that right, but you get the idea. So it's a matter of balancing these times to get your sequence to go. And in the ZIM bits for the sequence, why don't we take a look at that? In the ZIM bits for the sequence, same kind of deal. So we were on animate. I hit the bits, and this will show all of the bits that have animates. Oh, there's 25 of them. So I'm just going to go backwards through that, and let's see if we can see the sequencing. Maybe I should have gone forwards through it. There. Loop. Okay, so there we've got kind of back and forth, and here we have just a loop without maybe a rewind. Same kind of deal. Pretty, huh? I'm Inventor Dan Zen. We were taking a look at sequencing in a ZIM capture. Have a great day.